Sniff has released the Ultimate Gourmand collection inspired by pancakes. Let's go ahead and get into these. I know a few of you have been waiting for my thoughts on this, and the video is finally here. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to do a long one, but I figured I know you and me were all excited about this one, so I really wanted to do this. I got the package last week, and literally, like, I was coming down with either a cold or really bad allergies. We've had some really funky weather and a lot of wind lately, so there's been a lot of stuff in the air here in Iowa. So I literally couldn't smell like all weekend, and I finally feel like I can fully smell things. It's taken a bit, but I've been dying to get my video up on these. So if you are unfamiliar, Sniff is a fragrance brand that has, I would say, pretty recently started doing some really cool gourmand scents, but they like to do things a little more unusual. Like, they have their iconic Crumb Couture scent, which was one of their first dives into gourmands, which smells to me like a croissant with like a little bit of berry in there. It's one of their best sellers and it is so good. Last year they did something a little funky. They came out with a pizza perfume called Slice Society and a Coca-Cola perfume called Soda Snob, and for Christmas they did a fruitcake perfume launch. So they are kind of a little more out there with their gourmands, but honestly their scents are pretty spot on. So I feel like if you guys like gourmands, you like to smell like a baked good, you want to smell like this ultimate breakfast pancake treat, you will probably like this one. And I was quite surprised by a couple of these, including the Hotcakes perfume. So I think this collection in particular might be exclusive currently to their website. I don't think it's on Ulta. Sniff has started selling some of their fragrances at Ulta stores, so it's nice. You can go in, smell some things, see what you like. But right now, I don't think this collection is in there. I don't think Crumb Couture is in there either. But back to this new Gourmand collection. Sorry, I'm getting a little off track. I just wanted to give you guys a little intro into Sniff. I still need to do like a full Sniff overview. I have a lot of their fragrances, so that's coming. I do want to do a ranking soon. But let's talk about the perfume. We have the Hotcakes perfume, and there is 3 body mist in this collection as well, which this is actually Sniff's first time doing a body mist, so that is kind of fun. And they actually made these to layer together. So we have the Hotcakes pancake perfume, and then we have the kind of toppings that you would put on them, which I think is such a cool concept and very cool idea. So perfect way to introduce these body sprays, and hopefully, you know, maybe we'll see more from Sniff in the future body spray wise. But I thought that was just like so cool, because you have your Hotcakes, you have your Extra Whip, you have your berry styles, and your hazel slit. So all the different toppings for your pancakes. The perfume was definitely the one I was most nervous about, because I really do not want to smell like syrup. I do not like the smell of maple syrup, and I was worried that this was going to be way too syrupy. And while I love gourmands, I review a ton of gourmands on my channel. That's one of my favorite things in perfume, because they're so just like, you know what you're getting with these. They're easy to describe. It smells like a food that most people have smelled before. When it comes to floral scents, those are so hard to capture because there's so many different flowers and we don't know what each one kind of smells like. Plus there's a million other things going on, but I like a gourmand that's pretty straightforward. And I was pleasantly surprised with this. I honestly thought I was going to hate it. I would spray it and it would immediately turn me off, because there is definitely some notes that are even too gourmand for me. Like, I really don't like cinnamon scents. I really don't like maple syrup, like I was saying. But no, this actually is way better than I thought. I really love the smell of this one. It actually straight up smells like a buttery, fluffy, just done off of the oven pancake. Like, it is so good. And I do get maybe a hint of syrup in there, but it's not like a strong maple syrup. And I honestly think it smells more like the butter and the pancake batter than it does syrup. So hopefully that helps you in deciding if this is going to be something you'll like. Of course, you still need to like gourmands to enjoy this scent. I feel like not a lot of people are going to want to smell like pancake batter, but honestly, it works. I could definitely see myself wearing this frequently. It smells really good. If you guys like scents like Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, I think you will like this one, because that's another waffly scent that's not really syrupy. It's not too overly done maple syrup. I feel like that one's done really well, and I think this one is done really well too. They don't smell exactly the same at all, obviously, but I would say maybe this one's not quite as sweet as pumpkin pecan waffles. But it really does smell like a fluffy pancake. I'm so surprised they nailed the essence of a pancake with this one. Sometimes when I'm smelling it too, I get a hint of berry, which is actually why it goes so well with the berry styles, which we will talk about. I just wanted to look up the notes of this one real quick and just some more information about it. Like I was mentioning, this is only available on Sniff right now. I am an affiliate with them, but that does not affect my opinions. You guys know on my channel you can always expect honest reviews. I tell you straight up if I like something, if I don't, but just because I like something doesn't mean you will, and just because I don't like something doesn't mean you won't, if that makes sense. Scent is so personal to everyone, so I don't like to just like straight up bash fragrances, but I will tell you when I don't like something, and this one really surprised me. The perfume is $65 for 1 ounce. All of their perfumes only come in 1 ounce sizes. Maybe that will change later down the road, but for now, I mean, it's pretty affordable compared to other perfumes at Sephora and Ulta. You can use my code LEAHJANAE to save an additional 10% off. That always works anytime on any launch on Sniff, even brand new launches like this. I know some of you guys use my code already to purchase, and I really do appreciate it so much. If you are blind buying this one, it looks like they do have a mini size as well, which might be the way to go if you're just unsure about it, because they do offer a 10 ml mini for $25. They used to do it where you could order like the full size fragrance and you'll get like a sample, and then you can return it if you didn't like the sample, but I don't know if they still do that anymore. But yeah, personally, I think this actually smells really good. It's, like I said a couple times already, it smells like straight up buttery pancakes, not too syrupy, the perfect amount. And I actually find it wearable for a gourmand lover. Now let's get into the mists. Like I was mentioning, there is 3 different mists that you can wear on their own, or you can layer them with the Hotcakes perfume. I feel like the one that has been the most popular, because I think this one did sell out, it's actually their extra whip one. I have the mini 2.5 ounce, which is $22, and they also have a big 8 ounce size, which is $34. I will tell you, the longevity of these is very minimal. Sniff already in general is a brand that I find it doesn't last the longest. I feel like their scents you definitely have to spray a lot, and then they will last a decent amount of time. But yeah, they're ones you have to overspray. So if you're thinking about the mist, you honestly might want a bigger bottle, because these are going to take a lot of spraying to kind of get where you want it to be. They're pretty light, definitely lighter than the perfumes, which are already lighter in scent throw. But of course, it's going to depend on your body chemistry. You can definitely make scents last longer depending on like how you're applying them. So I don't like to focus too much on longevity because it is so different for everyone, but if it's noticeable, I will let you know. And I do think these are pretty light, especially for the price. But price wise, they seem comparable to most other fragrance mists on the market at like Sephora and Ulta, like Sol de Janeiro, Fleur, Ellis Brooklyn. It's definitely in that same price point, but I do find that those seem to be longer lasting. So yeah, it looks like the mini of the extra whip did sell out. It's currently on a pre-order, but it looks like the 8 ounce size is still available to order. But it seems like people were most excited for this one because I feel like a lot of people love like a milky whipped cream kind of scent. So extra whip. This one actually, it's not what I really was expecting. It's not as like sweet as you would think, in my opinion. Like, I just want like a straight up whipped cream. I don't know why it's like so hard for brands to do. I wanted Fleur heavy cream just to smell like whipped cream, and I wanted this one too as well. I don't know why, but all of these like whipped cream scents give me like a weird toasted coconut vibe. And it smells more like a coconut, like coconut milk whipped cream or something like that. The notes on this include cold aldehyde, so it's supposed to smell cool, which I get that a little bit. It does have like a little bit of a cooling kind of smell to it. Icing sugar, whipped cream, vanilla, milky sandalwood, and fluffy musk. So yeah, there's not even any coconut in here, but for some reason I'm getting a weird toasted coconut kind of smell. This is definitely a skin scent. You can definitely kind of sense the aldehydes in here. You can smell the musk in here, and it's just not super sugary. So I feel like I kind of wanted a little bit more from this one. I just wanted to smell like straight whipped cream. I think maybe layered with the original Hotcakes perfume, I get more of a whipped cream vibe. But yeah, I was really surprised that this was the first one to kind of sell out in a way. Surprisingly, my favorite of the bunch is actually Berry Styles, which is so funny to me. It's like a take on Harry Styles. This really smells like straight up blueberry. I am so surprised. Like blueberry and lemon is what you get here. The lemon's definitely more toned down. Kind of reminds me honestly of like Bath & Body Works Blueberry Pumpkin Patch Candle in a way. Like it is a true blueberry, but not, again, it's not too sugary. I feel like a lot of these mists aren't too sugary sweet. It's very realistic in my opinion, but I'm getting like a blueberry patch from this, which I think is going to go really well with the Hotcakes. It definitely gives me like a blueberry muffin vibe. This one has notes of blueberry, raspberry. It has lime, which is giving it that almost lemony citrus that I'm getting in here. Blue freesia, vanilla, and creamy woods. Like I mentioned, Crumb Couture from them also has a little bit of a blueberry feel, but I feel like Crumb Couture is actually sweeter than this one in a way. Also, all the blueberry Bath & Body Works mists, like the blueberry pancakes and muffin and all those, I feel like are much sweeter than this one. So if those were too sweet for you, or if you're looking for a more like true blueberry, you might actually be interested in this one. This is the one I was most excited for, but it actually did not end up being the top favorite. This is Hazel Split, and this one's supposed to be like a chocolate banana vibe going on. And if you know me, I love banana scents, but I feel like it is really hard to do. It is really hard to do a good banana scent in most fragrances. And this one smells exactly like bananas, like a fresh banana mixed with Hershey's chocolate syrup. And the Hershey's does take over a little bit, the Hershey's chocolate smell. And the banana becomes a little bit more in the background. I was hoping this one would be a little more banana forward. It's definitely still in there, but you're definitely getting more of that chocolatey smell, but it smells straight up like those like Hershey's chocolate syrups that you use for your ice cream sundaes. So I feel like if you're looking for something like very realistic, but I almost want it a hint sweeter, it definitely reminds me of that. And I do think like once you pair these with the Hotcakes, I feel like it definitely amps them up a bit. The Hotcake sweetens them up a bit. Maybe they didn't make them too sweet so that you could pair them together. Then I do think they all smell like really good layered. That Hotcakes definitely brings in a little more of the sweetness. Hazel Split has notes of cocoa, hazelnut spread, creamy banana, coconut, amberwood, and musk. But yeah, you're gonna just straight up smell Hershey's chocolate syrup and bananas, and that's exactly what you get with this one. So yeah, with these mists, I honestly thought I was going to like them a little more on their own, but I liked the Berry Styles the best, and I think they're good, but I definitely like them much better layered with the Hotcakes perfume. And honestly, the Hotcakes perfume kind of stole the show for me. This one really was the star as it intended to be, and I really thought this was going to be my least favorite. I do feel like the fragrance mists were a little bit overhyped for me, but the perfume actually was underhyped. It ended up being my favorite thing. Let me know what you think about this collection. I'm so curious to see your thoughts on this. I have a lot of fun fragrance videos coming, especially as the Sephora savings event is coming up. I have a lot of content coming around that. I just reviewed a bunch of new perfumes at Sephora. If you guys are wanting to know my thoughts on those, I'll have that down below. But thanks so much for watching. I'll have links to this collection in the description box if you want to check it out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.